There, Rich. Good evening. It is Jay Obertans at Rourke Mazda. I have to apologize. As you can see, the building is all dim. It's after hours. Unfortunately, I got caught up with customers the entire day, and I did not get out to make you a video, which is something I kind of strive for. I always find it not only more helpful to customers, but more importantly, something I strive for is being respectful of your time. So obviously, with it being this late, by the time I get home to my Wi-Fi and I'm able to sort of load it up, it's going to be way too late. I don't want to disrespect you by sending you a text message so late and you thinking it's an emergency. So I'll send this out kind of in the morning. But I did want to let you know I have been working hard for you, and I do apologize that it took me so long. But again, here I am. So running over a few things, this is the Grand Touring trim level. It is the crystal white pearl with the lighter interior, which is parchment that you were looking for. This particular one in front of me does have the premium package. I know that we were not looking at the premium package. The good news is I have one available. The only problem is it's at my overflow lot, which is like 4 lots down. Luckily, we actually are taking over our lot next door, but unfortunately, I don't have the ability to view it. So as a result, I'm doing this one, but it'll be able to show you all of the features and the combination that you're checking out the most. So Grand Touring, you'll see the 19-inch wheels. You'll see sort of your Audi-style headlights, your LED daytime running light style, if you would. Headlamps and fog lights are full LED, so that very bright blue cast. They are adaptive, meaning that they'll move left and right as you turn the steering wheel. Safety is a significant concern for Mazda, and to kind of show you, you'll see the camera looking up behind the rearview mirror, as well as you'll notice this whole emblem in the front isn't real, and that's because it's a lens cover. So this vehicle has not only one, but 2 automatic braking systems. It can bring itself to a full stop to avoid a crash from an obstacle, pedestrian, or kind of anything down the road, anywhere from 2 all the way up to 80 miles an hour. Likewise, you're going to have lane keep assist, which means if the car not only veers outside of its lane, it's going to beep at you, but it will also pull on the steering wheel and drive you back into your lane. With the headlamps themselves, not only adaptive, but they have light reading, which means that they can turn they can turn on and off the high and low beams automatically. You'll see some of the pearl pull through that paint right there where the street lamp is hitting it. And then finally, you're going to have a radar-based cruise. Here's where things get interesting, kind of crazy as well. The car it will always give up speed to keep distance. There's distance presets, 5 different ones that you can set with the cruise control. So it will modulate the gas and the brake for you in cruise mode to make sure you're maintaining safe distances. However, it will also do what Mazda calls stop and go. It was a system designed to reduce driver stress in high traffic areas. This gives the car the ability to drive itself in traffic, and as crazy as it sounds, it works flawlessly. I use it all the time. Just please don't tell Geico, because the very last thing Geico needs is another reason to hate me more than they already do. So you'll see your LED taillights, your big dual exhaust pipes for the 2.5-liter Sky Active. Everything does go out through all-wheel drive. Now, likewise, onto the interior, real quick, I'll point out the advanced key so you can lock and unlock it via the button on the door handle. Let me turn on the interior lights here. You're going to notice Mazda kind of has really been taking significant strides. They really feel that the Cx5 right now is more competitive against Acura, Audi, and Infiniti, which ironically is their whole marketing strategy. They really predict that by the next year, 1 in 4 shoppers looking at Acura, Audi, and Infiniti will end up with Mazda. So you'll see very Audi-style dash, clean horizontal 7-inch touchscreen floating up front and center. You'll notice down there, you'll have sort of this dial pad, almost BMW iDrive-like, because when the car is in motion, touch no longer, everything's down on the dial pad. This is the lighter of the 2 interiors. Parchment, I have to say, it is pretty light. It's almost a white interior, if you would. You'll see that you do get driver memory, as well as 8-way power and lumbar. You'll kind of see the parchment accents with the metal-infused wood kind of running along the door. And then again, you'll kind of notice the Bose stereo system. To even make room for more speakers, they added speakers in the windshield pillar. Now, of course, you'll have a sunroof here. I'm going to start along to the rear seats and just point out a couple things. You'll see sort of the drastic two-tone effect with the black and white kind of throughout the interior. Rear ventilation. Now, if I fold down the center armrest, you're going to notice that there's this little cubby back here because Mazda hid a USB charging station back here. So that way the backseat passengers can charge devices through them. Now, of course, the heated seat buttons are back here, but this is because this is premium. However, the charging station will stay. Now, the liftgate, as you'd expect, it is power. The good news, it's height programmable, so if you're not used to a power liftgate, you can program it to open at a lower height, and that way it kind of reduces the risk of slapping something up there. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this. Now hopping in here really quick just to go over a few things. Obviously, if you see it on the screen, you can touch it. However, when you're driving, it's down here, where this knob sort of rolls left and right, it rocks around, and then you just press down like a computer mouse to select. You'll see the sport mode, which I call the That Pittsburgh Driver button. You'll have the emergency brake, volume, music to navigation to home, everything right here at your fingertips. You will see your dual climate control, things like heated side mirrors, you'll see heated seats. Again, the heated steering wheel would not be available on the regular Grand Touring. Now, communication is going to be all of your advanced Bluetooth. It'll even read out text messages to you when you're driving. And something to keep in mind is Mazda will be upgrading all of these systems. It's a $199 fee late fall, September, and then you can get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto added to the vehicle should you choose. Entertainment for all your audio sources, navigation. If I run in here into settings, here's where things get kind of interesting, is the safety system, which can kind of be summarized by the system over here. You're going to see the Cx5 and the lane markings. Now, when you want to set that radar, I turn it on and blocks show up, and then I use the arrow to either increase those blocks or decrease those blocks. The more blocks I stack on top, the more distance I'm letting my car maintain between me and something in front of it. Now, likewise, if I shift into reverse, you will see you have your high-resolution backup camera with cross alert. Even under sound with this Bose stereo system, not only surround sound, but Autopilot employs active noise cancellation. So as a result, this vehicle ranked out quieter on the highway according to Car and Driver than the Lexus NX SUV. Under vehicle, you'll see things like rain sensing wipers, lighting. You'll see both that adaptive system moving the headlights and the high beam responsible for high and low beam. Everything's push button start. I'm going to go ahead and shut it off. Just quickly turn back on the electronics to show you those lights in the side mirror, which is your blind spot monitoring system also. And I'm going to go ahead and lock this up here. Now, the last thing I will run over, Rich, is something really interesting about our dealer group is we're Rourke. We're the largest Mazda dealer in the entire region. As a result, something that we do differently is the Rourke Advantage. So keep in mind, we're not a dealership that kind of shakes your hand, thanks you, and then you're just a number to us. That doesn't do anyone any good. As a result, every single oil change and every single yearly inspection that you will ever need on the car is covered for life. You'll never pay for one. Every $74.95 Sky Active full synthetic oil change and special filter cost you $0 every time. You'll always have a free loaner vehicle anytime you come in, so you'll never be left without a car for service, and you'll always get your car washed. And more importantly is you'll always have a 3-day return policy, which, you know, hopefully you'll never have to use, but it's there if you need to. You get a lifetime engine warranty and even bi-yearly service credits that will cover other items like tire rotations and wipers. And just to give you an idea that kind of separates us is if you drove just 12,000 miles per year, between the oil changes, tire rotation, inspection, it's exactly $341.76 that you'll save every year that you're in service. So I appreciate it greatly. I'm so sorry that I'm still not going to be able to get this video out to you until the morning. I just don't want to disrespect your time by sending it out at 10 o'clock and you'd be like, who the hell is getting a hold of me then? So I appreciate the consideration greatly, Rich. It does mean a lot. Thank you very much. And hopefully I'll be in the running, and I'll go ahead and send this out in the morning. Thanks again.